Guys, Kenwood Sports, man. I'm back with another one, man. Back with another review for y'all. Listen, look, I appreciate everybody who's subbing. I see my subs going up. I see y'all subscribing. I see y'all liking. I see y'all commenting. Look, I appreciate all that, man. For real, for real. This is the best sports channel on YouTube, man. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, man. But I got to review this game last night. Tampa Bay at Atlanta, man. That was a wild game. A high-scoring game. I told y'all both of these head coaches are defensive coaches, but we ain't see hardly no defense last night. I think by the time halftime came around, it was over 40 points scored in this game, okay? Kirk Cousins went off, man. Kirk Cousins went off. Over 500 yards for Kirk Cousins. He went 150 to Drake London, over 100 to Darnell Mooney. But two touchdowns for Drake London, one for Darnell Mooney, and you can call this a coming out game for Drake London, for real, because I think this is the best game I've seen him play. He had high targets and high amount of catches. Baker still looking good though. Baker Mayfield threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 180 yards through the air. Not many as he's been doing, not many as his average has been, but he still did his thing. He still didn't throw any interceptions at all. But as far as the run game for Atlanta, Bijan Robinson, who I thought was going to be a bigger factor in the game, which you didn't really need that because of Kirk Cousins throwing for the 500. He only had like 67 through the air. And Tyler Algier, he didn't have, I think he had probably 20 or less. Probably had like 20 or less, maybe 20. But I really thought this was going to be a more of a defensive game between these two teams. Both of these teams got defenses that I respect, that I really respect. At the same time, the offenses both went off. But you can expect that from you. If you've been watching and seeing what Tampa Bay been doing, they've been going off on the offensive end. They totally obliterated Philadelphia, which I thought Philadelphia was going to slow them down, but they totally obliterated Philadelphia with the 30 points. It was crazy to see them drop off with the game they had against Denver and only scored 7, okay? And that was the game I said they need to start targeting Mike Evans more, and I noticed that he did that over the last 2 games. Mike Evans had multiple catches. 2 touchdowns in this game. I believe both of those were some early touchdowns too. So Chris Godwin, that's another guy that you can't overlook. Chris Godwin is a big target. He a big factor. So they help each other. They feed off each other. So when if you targeting Chris Godwin, then you're gonna have to Mike Evans, man. You got to deal with Mike Evans. Also, they got a nice tight end over there. Also at the same time. K. Otten, I believe that's his name, K. Otten. He's a good tight end. I noticed that when Tom Brady was there. So that run game, Bucky Irvin and Rachaad White, you got to account for those guys. That's a good backfield. That's a good tandem. That's a really good tandem. So I expect them to do some big things going forward with that team. Both of those guys can catch it out the backfield. Both of those guys have shown that from college and in the NFL. So I still expect the Buccaneers to do their thing this year. Just they took a fall right here in this overtime loss. The Falcons keep getting lucky, man. The Falcons really keep getting lucky. They got lucky against that game against Philadelphia. They got lucky against that game against the Saints, and then here they come getting lucky with this game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, man. That's crazy, man. But at the same time, they got the victory nonetheless. So, like I said, both of these teams sitting at 3-2. The Saints sitting at 2-3. So I feel like this is gonna be a tight NFC race. But the Saints gonna make it 3-2 also coming up on this Sunday, man. So I'm gonna talk to y'all about that in a second. But listen, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Like this video if you're watching this video. And then look, I'll see y'all in the next one.